Penny is so lucky. I am lucky, but I'm also mad. Oh no, not again. Good morning, boys and girls.
Good morning, Penny.
Now this has happened twice, and most recently Max saved me. Max, thank you. When the pulpit gets moved, my condo gets moved. And when my condo is pushed up against the wall, I am locked in. That's happened twice. And thankfully, Max heard me crying and rescued me yesterday, didn't you? It's not funny. It's not funny. This has got to come to an end. When you move the pulpit against the wall, remember, I'm in there. It's not a big deal. It is to me. Yeah. So I want to share a card I got first. Be careful of that. Can you move, Emery, because it's clicking? Yeah.
But penguins don't talk.
I do. Yeah. So this is a card I got from Mrs. Harper. Penny, I don't know how far your family will be moving, but I think you better stick with them because I wanted to move in with her, so this first came as very disappointing news. But then she writes, if I hadn't moved from Iowa over 1,000 miles away, I never would have found the church on the Cape and you. So instead, think of all the new things that lie ahead for you. God will always be with you, and you can always write to me. I will always love you. Mrs. Harper and Don. That's a beautiful, beautiful note. That spoke to me. Thank you, Penny. That's very lovely. And you did have other good things happen to you, too. Penny received for Christmas a book. This is a book that was written about her by Tony Veman. Remember they had the conversation and Penny put him on the spot and said, the next book, would you write about me? And do you remember what he said? He said something like, sure. And then Penny heard later that his fourth book was about something other than a penguin. So this is what he wrote to Penny in the front of this book. He wrote, and then you can see the pictures he illustrated. Dear Penny, I'm sure you remember asking me if I would write a story all about you. And then he honestly said, I remember saying yes. A promise is a promise. So here it is. I hope you and the church children will enjoy it. Merry Christmas. Love, Tony. Penny, I can't read the whole book because we spent too much time talking about you being closed in the pulpit. But I'm going to start, all right? Would you like to hear the start of the story? You would, wouldn't you, Henry? Henry's nodding his head. Olivia, too. Good. All right, we're going to start it. And then I'm going to close off, and you have to come back next week to hear the rest of the story, okay? This book is dedicated to Penny and her mom. I like the start. Yeah, that's right. Penny's Bench by Tony Veman. I'm going to read my parts that say from me. Okay, Penny, that's all right. Stop the car, Mom, Penny cried out. On the side of the road, Penny saw a bench. It was a beautiful bench with a sign that said, free. Mom asked, what in the world would you do with it, Penny? Trust me, Mom. I never like it when Penny says, trust me. Let's get it home and I'll tell you. With a grunt and a groan, they slid the bench in the car and drove off. Before Penny could say a word, she got a bucket of soapy water and a sponge, and soon the bench looked as good as new. Mom was growing impatient. Tell me what you're up to, Penny. I have an awesome idea, Mom. I know you'll like it because it's all about what you taught me. What's that, Penny? And that's the end of today's installment. All right. So you have to come back next week and hear about what Penny has in mind with that bench. Would you like to say a prayer, Jack? No? Okay. So you're welcome to go to your class. Oh, I'm sorry. Penny has a Christmas present for each family. Yeah, and it's in this bag. And so if you can peaceably figure out what she had in mind. Thank you. Okay.